Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, issues continue in Alaska as well as now we have river cruises having issues getting to where they're trying to go. But we do have some good news from Princess Cruise Line, who just announced a ton of new itineraries for 2023-2024 that might make cruising from North America that much easier. First off, let's talk about, I'm getting some emails saying that people are saying that Holland America's cruise tours are being canceled. At least some of them are. And, okay, this has been going on. This is not a new thing. This has been going on since June 6th. I read an article here on Cruise Hive that was announcing it. We got some emails from Holland America as travel agents, and they were letting people know that it's going to be some cruise tours will be canceled due to staffing issues in Alaska, especially the Denali Yukon tours. It won't be all of them. It's going to be some of them because they are still running cruise tours. It's just that they just don't have enough staff to accommodate everybody who wanted to do one this year. Now, if you are one of the unlucky ones that did get canceled or will be canceled in the future, I don't see them not have notifying you yet unless the staffing issues up there are getting worse, which is a possibility, because if people get sick or people quit, and just said, you know what, we're being overworked because there's not enough people here, we're leaving too, that could accommodate other issues down there. So if you are one of those unlucky people who do get canceled, Holland America has done a fantastic job at giving you some compensation. First of all, everything is refunded. You get your 100% of your cruise fare. You get all the shuttles. You get your taxes. You get your drink packages, anything that you paid, shore excursions, etc., anything that you booked and paid for, you will get back 100% from Holland America. And then to show their appreciation and hope that you will sail with them again and their regret that they will have to do this to you this year, is that they are giving you a 100% future cruise credit based on the fare of your cruise that you have all the way until the end of next year to use. Now, even if you can't go next year and can't use that, at least you're still getting all your money back. So that's a good system. That's pretty fair compensation. Now, some people back on June 6th, June 7th, when this first came out, the first sailing affected was June 14th. So it was literally 7 days away a week. That is pretty short notice, especially with flights and things like that. However, I believe they're giving quite a bit of notice right now if you're one of those people. So if you haven't received a letter, you're probably safe, but it doesn't hurt to double check your cruise on their website. Just go on and see if it's still there. And if it is, chances are you're okay. All right. Another thing that's going on right now is water levels in Europe. That's right. They're going through a bit of a drought in a lot of places. You saw my temperatures. If you saw me in Greece, the temperatures are really, really hot. They have received no rain, and everything is pretty dry there right now. It's not only is it the summer season, it's a drought going on right now in some of those areas. And this is causing the water levels in the Danube and the Rhine rivers to decrease, which makes it hard for them to get some of these river boats downstream to their locations. Now, I have not heard of any cancellations going on, but I have heard of them stopping at different ports, different itineraries. Also, chances are you're going to be bussed further than you might have been had the river cruise been able to get to where it's going. They might stop further down shore and bus you to your shore excursions or to the cities from there. So if you're on a river cruise for the remainder of this summer, I would be keeping an eye out and notice that, yeah, your itinerary may change. You may be on the bus longer, but at least the cruise is still going on. Again, as with all travel right now, as they like to say, pack your patience, because things can change dramatically. And speaking of that, I got some good news, and I want to talk about a little bit about Alaska again. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Really helps the channel out, just to say, hey, YouTube people like cruising videos. Let's share it to more people and see if they want to watch them too. That's all it does, but it does help the channel, and I really do appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who's already subscribed. Okay, Alaska. Isn't this seem like a horrendous year for Alaska as far as in the news is concerned, right? How many times have we heard now that ships have broken down and can't make speed, and now can't make it into some cruise ports, or shorter times in cruise ports, or skipping glacier calls for unforeseeable future? And then we had the rock slide affecting the dock in Skagway as well, which has caused some itinerary changes, including Princess to cancel some stops in Skagway altogether, and that will be continuing till the end of the year. And now we have shortages of staff at the tours at the hotels for people staying up in Denali. It's just, it doesn't seem like a very smooth transition. It seemed smoother last year when they were just trying to start up than this year when it seems to be a full season in swing. But that's to be expected because it's still recovering from the pandemic. A lot of these ships just came back into service. Speaking of ships and service and travel, Princess just announced their 2023-2024, some of their offerings that are coming up, and I'm pretty excited about some of them. For instance, we have the Discovery Princess will be doing 2 sailings or more to Hawaii, leaving from the West Coast and return, as opposed to one-way cruises back and forth, with longer overnight stays in Honolulu. That sounds good. I love the Royal Class ships, as you know. Speaking of Royal Class ships, the Regal Princess will be making sailings to the Western Caribbean out of Galveston next year and the year after. That's good news. Another large ship heading to Galveston, and the Regal is one of my favorite ships as well. And then the one I got really excited about, it's the Sapphire Princess. Will be offering sailings from LA going up to Hawaii, up to Tahiti, into Fiji, with long stays in Tahiti and Hawaii. And normally, in order to get to some of these destinations, you have to do a Trans-Pacific crossing. I was actually looking at doing some Trans-Pacific from Australia next year to head to, it goes from anywhere from Sydney or New Zealand, and it ends up in either the West Coast, San Francisco, LA, or even all the way to Vancouver if you stay on long enough. Trouble with those are they're 27 to 32 days long. And that's a long time to try and schedule away from work and away from the business. And can you imagine me trying to do videos in the middle of the ocean for 32 days on the internet? Yikes, that sounds like a nightmare. So yeah, this one got me kind of excited because it's a round trip into those places. Now, yes, it is still a longer cruise. I believe it's 31 days. However, yeah, it's a lot less flying and travel time just flying to the West Coast as opposed to flying all the way to Australia to jump on the ships. So I don't know which one I want to do. I still want to get to Australia, but I might want to do Australia on its own. And if I do Australia on its own, I'm probably going to do a Trans-Pacific at the same time. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, if you will, and basically be gone from my house forever. But yeah, a lot. 47 different North American cruises and different itineraries, 200 and some sailings, all announced for 2023-2024 each year with Princess Cruises, giving us more options, and more options is always better than less. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.